All right.
Big group.
How's the health of the group going into the game?
We're good. You know, I mean, obviously Patrick Ghani missed practice this week with flu-like symptoms. You know, so you know, we'll see how he feels after today. You know, Steve Zakawani is the one guy we've held out. Everybody else looks all right.
Have you felt, maybe irrespective of record, that Dallas has been the best team in the league this year?
I mean, certainly based on the results they've gotten, you know, they're a team that's done well. They've stayed pretty injury-free. They've had little niggling things, but I think all their offensive players have stayed pretty healthy, with the exception of Ferreira missing or coming out of the Portland game and then missing the last game. But you know, they got through a good preseason. I think they have a good cohesion within their group right now, and they're playing very well.
With them as improved as they are, and maybe Portland as improved as they are, and I think the four lowest records in the league are all in the East. Has the balance of power really shifted back to the West this season?
You know, I always think the West has been a little bit stronger. You know, it's the records are a little misleading because we play each other more often. You know, so that makes it a little misleading. And as a result of that, you know, like I said before, you know, is Supporter Shield winner really accurate per se? You know, it's sometimes difficult to say. But it's, you know, the West has always had quality teams. The East has quality teams. It sometimes goes back and forth a little bit, but I think certainly over the last period of time, 2, 3, 4 years, I think the West has been a little bit stronger when you look at the whole conference.
With a fixed 5, though, from the West, and you know, in this format that they introduced last year, and if Dallas and Portland aren't a mirage, I mean, this playoff race, a good team is going to miss it in the West, isn't it?
Well, definitely. I mean, it's going to be tough, but it's tough all the time. You know, it always comes down to somebody ends up missing it at the very end, and you know, there's enough quality on the West. Also, you know, Vancouver started off well, then hit a little bit of a skid, and maybe they're coming back into it with their victory over the Galaxy, and see how they do against Portland this weekend. But you know, there's a number of quality teams, and obviously, like you said, a good team's going to miss at the end of the day.
Did you know exactly what you're getting in Jimmy Traore this year? Has he surprised you in any sense?
No, Jimmy's been a good revelation for us. You know, we knew we were getting a good pro. We knew we were getting a guy with a good personality. You know, how consistent he's been able to play for us, and his steadiness of being on the field, you know, game in and game out for us has been really, really good. You know, and I'm really pleased with that we were able to find Jimmy and add him to our team.
His attitude seems, I don't know if impressive is the right word, but for a guy that's played at Liverpool for all those years, UEFA champions, like just the way he's kind of come in and, I don't know, just been
no, he's a good pro. He's a humble person. You know, guys who've been at a certain level and accomplished things don't have to tell you about it. You know, and he's one of those guys. You know, he doesn't need to talk about it. He knows what he is. He knows what he's about. He knows where he's been. He's humble, and he's hardworking. You can't ask for anything more.
I think the captain's armband ended up on his arm in Philadelphia when you made a change. Did that surprise you?
You know, to be honest with you, I didn't even notice, but it wouldn't surprise me. You know, I mean, he's a guy who's got leadership capabilities, and so, you know, as we made the change, the substitution, as it ended up on his arm, that was probably appropriate.
Me preguntaron si podría hacer un anuncio y pensé que era porque yo juego para los Seattle Sounders. No puedo, porque mi inglés no es muy bueno. That's true. Entonces me dijeron que el anuncio era de padres, niños y familias. Eso es muy importante para mí y le dije que yo hago lo que puedo hacer. No importa cuál idioma tú hablas, hay un idioma universal que nuestros niños comprenden y necesitan. Y es el amor y el cariño de los padres. Be a good parent and stay involved in your child's life.